Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Calvary Portfolio Services from their credit report. And this is all, in many cases, without paying their debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is for you to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action now. If, for example, you know or believe that Cavalry Portfolio Services and actually any accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, that's not something to be taken lightly. Or if you have the wrong balance after you've already paid, that's another real issue. There's a number of other things that could be seriously affecting your life. And if that's the case, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts permanently deleted. Now, if there's no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number will be in the description area below. But today I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first question that I have here I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Cavalry Portfolio Services? And I put this one at the top of the list because we have a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense because few people are taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know what the answer to this question was until I got into the business. And unfortunately, the answer is that unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So you don't need to worry about that. The amount of the debt doesn't actually matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you cannot be arrested or get any jail time. So I hope that sets your mind at ease. So now, who is Cavalry Portfolio Services? Why are they on your credit report? So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts or unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, and usually for really cheap, right? And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? I'll give you an example. So let's say that you have an unpaid card with, Capital One, right, for $1,000. And what could happen is Cavalry Portfolio Services could come along, in theory, and buy that debt for just $100. But they won't try to collect that amount, of course. They're going to try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they have to get you to pay. However, a lot of people don't realize this, is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, continuing to damage your score, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying it isn't actually in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can actually hurt your score further. So that's something to keep in mind. In addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. And I want to mention here too that if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case where you'd want to give us a call so that we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Let's see, another question I have here is, should you negotiate a settlement with Calvary Portfolio Services? So Selling your debt with Calvary Portfolio Services really depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, raise it, paying isn't the best option. Now, the reason for that is what I had mentioned before. Even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Instead, I always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, the accounts may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So really, it's perfect. Which leads right into the next question. How do you remove Calvary Portfolio Services from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Let me say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but be prepared to spend weeks, maybe months, trying to learn how to do it properly. However, if you'd like to hire a professional to handle it for you and ensure that it's done properly the first time and save you the extra time, we're happy to help with that. We've dealt with Calvary Portfolio Services accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you too if you'd prefer. Okay, let's see here. How can you get Calvary Portfolio Services to stop calling you? So this is a good one. Like I mentioned, Calvary Portfolio Services, they will be calling you if they haven't started already, as an attempt to collect the debt they've purchased. Which really means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you, settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will Calvary Portfolio Services try suing or garnishing my wages? Another kind of scary question. I'll say this, Calvary Portfolio Services suing you is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. And that's because there's a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, again, if we can find certain issues with the accounts, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Calvary Portfolio Services? So this is good. You have the right to dispute any of your debt that Calvary Portfolio Services has purchased. They are governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA, and like we were talking about before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, these acts can seem very complicated, but the bottom line is they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. That's what we're here for. Just give us a call today and we'll discuss your options. Again, I'll throw our number in the description area below, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.